Welcome back to another Weezer Wednesday. This week we'll be taking a look at Weezer's Red album. I'll be going track by track, rating each song as good, neutral, or bad while giving my short thoughts on each song. After each song has been rated, I shall give a final rating for the album itself, so let us begin. First up for review is Troublemaker. Compared to Make Believe, this is a huge step up. This song is surprisingly catchy and I love the drum cymbals in the background. The wa-na-na-na-na-na is a great addition to the song. What kills me is forcing the lyrics, marrying a biatch having 7 keyodds into the song. They lyrically put a square peg in a round hole. This is a rare song where I prefer the live versions of it. They keep the high energy but don't force the lyrics. Despite its faults, this is still a good and catchy song. Let's see if Weezer can keep it up. Our second track is The Greatest Man That Ever Lived, and My God. This is a song. This is how you honor the sixth house and the tribe unmourned. From which Elder Scroll did Weezer learn this song from? I know not. It's functionally a case study of different musical styles. There's 11 sections to this song, each dedicated to a style. Rap, Slipknot, Jeff Buckley, Chorale, Aerosmith, Nirvana, the Andrews Sisters, Green Day, spoken word, Bach and Beethoven, then Weezer themselves. Weezer wore Wraithguard to bend the laws of physics and stitch the threads of time into this masterpiece. The whiplash I am experiencing is enough to shatter sunder. This is the same band that made Beverly Hills. The same 4 Argonians who released Goddamn Make Believe to the world invented this. This might be the Bohemian Rhapsody of Weezer. If you don't like it, you can shove it. But you don't like it, you love it. Coming in hot is our third track, Pork and Beans. Rivers penned this song after a meeting where label suits told the band to write more upbeat and commercial material. In response, they created this "screw you, I'll do me, and you can't do anything about it" type of song, which ironically became one of Weezer's most successful songs. The takeaway from this track is, you shouldn't care so much what others think and do what makes you happy. Complete Akulakan or drive the mongrel dogs of the empire from Morrowind. It's the little things in life that matter. Another good and catchy track. Our fourth track, Heart Songs, is a sentimental list of some of Rivers' favorite songs, bands, and albums, but more importantly, how all these come together to influence the creation of Weezer. Rivers first heard Nirvana during the spring of 1991 and thought they created music exactly how he felt, inspiring him to do the same. Forming Weezer in 1992 with their first gig closing for Keanu Reeves' band, Dogstar. Yes, that Keanu Reeves. Going on to sign their first record deal in 93 and releasing the Blue Album in 94. The entire song feels like there was a lot of love put into it. This is another good track. I apologize if these reviews seem like they're becoming more about the history of Weezer and Rivers himself. I keep looking at the notes and the history behind these songs, which takes me down a rabbit hole of interesting facts. But on to the next track. Our sixth song is Everybody Get Dangerous. This song is the definition of dumb shit you did as a teenager. One time, Nerevar and I were stopped by the mongrel dogs of the Empire for stealing an empty milk carton from behind a building. It had been there for months and we wanted to use it as a chair for this fort we were building, but no. You're not allowed to do that, and we were forced to return it. In this song, I realized Rivers might be a psychopath. He would play this game with his friends where he'd drive down a hill, throw the car into neutral, then take the keys out of the ignition and toss them in the back seat as the steering wheel locked up. If his friends wanted to live, they'd have to find the keys in time. Like, what the actual fuck? I wonder if the other members of Weezer are also angels of death. I'm not quite sure what to make of this one. It's probably a neutral. It's a fun track, but fun doesn't always mean good. These reviews never get easier. I'm thinking about just putting myself to sleep with a bottle of skooma. Anyways, our sixth track is Dreamin'. I wasn't feeling this song until the halfway point. The first half was giving me Green Album vibes. It's bearable but bland. Sorta like eating Cheerios. Yeah, you'll eat it, but you'll be wishing you had some Lucky Charms or some Cinnamon Toast Crunch instead. If you eat plain Rice Krispies, you can fuck off. The good part of the song is the dream sequence. The guitarist Brian Bell takes the lead on vocals with Rivers backing him. You hear birds chirping, and when Brian sings, "There are bluebirds in the meadow," you hit a moment of bliss. You're taken into a nice springtime, feeling dreamin' in the morning, but like every good dream, you wake up to the harsh reality of life. The good part doesn't last long enough, and the song overstays its welcome with the outro, so this is gonna be a neutral from me. Thought I Knew is our seventh track. This one is a little hard to talk about since it was originally written as a demo for Brian's side band, The Relationship. The Weezer version is upbeat and poppy, while the Relationship version is slower and more serious. Brian didn't want the song on the album, but Rivers either talked him into it or used his Angel of Death powers to force him. The world may never know. The funniest thing about the song is everyone except Scott switched roles. So Brian is lead vocals and rhythm guitar, while Patrick does lead guitar. Scott does his usual on bass guitar and backing vocals. Then we have Rivers on drums. The fact that these switch-ups aren't a complete disaster is impressive. As for the song itself, the lyrics are simple but effective. Brian is actually a decent singer, and it's nice to hear someone else talk the lead. but after a few listens, I still can't get into the song, so this one is going into the neutral pile. Sorry, Brian. Next up is 8th track, Cold Dark World. This time around, Scott is front and center delivering the lead vocals. Compared to most Weezer songs, Cold Dark World comes off as sinister but works greatly to the song's favor. Each line feels like it's bursting with flavor and style. Look at the mortal wearing sunglasses on the right side of the cover. That's Scott, and this song sounds the way he looks. If anything, I'd say this song is underrated. This gets a good pass from Papa Dagoth. Our second to last track is Automatic, written and sung by Patrick. Patrick sings about the love he feels for his family, which gives the song a warm and sentimental tone while still managing to be bland. A remixed version was used in promo videos for Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, as well as the game's intro song, which is way more upbeat and runs the original off the road. The remix rivals the energy of Troublemaker and Everybody Get Dangerous, but the default version teeters the line of neutral and good. Let's call it neutral because the remix sounds that much better, which is weird to say. Thank God the final track is here. The Angel and the One is a beautiful closing track. This might be Weezer's best closing track so far. It's songs like this that make me not hate life so much. You can really feel the emotions welling up inside you on this one. I feel happy, sad, and hopeful. I close my eyes, my thoughts drift away. I'm in the water, floating on my back. The water is warm and I'm drifting without any worry or care. That's how this song feels for me. It's happiness and hope. The review is finally over. 10 songs, 6 good, and 4 that are neutral. The Red Album is a huge step up from Maladroit and Make Believe. The album does feel a bit inconsistent. I don't think the inconsistency stems from poor writing, but from ambition and creativity. They wanted to do a bit of everything on this album, but you can tell the band had fun making this one. It was nice hearing everyone write and then sing their own songs. My top 3 tracks are The Greatest Man That Ever Lived, Heart Songs, and The Angel and the One. If you enjoyed the review, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Next up for review is, oh God, Ratitude. I'll try to get the next review out sooner than this one. Thank you for watching.